Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to 10th Standard Science online class. My dear students, I hope you are safe by staying in your home. Yes, dear children, in a previous class, we learned about the different kinds of life process activities that will be held in each and every living organisms. Then the meaning of that life process activities like nutrition, respiration, reproduction, circulation, these are the concepts that we have discussed. Apart from that, we have discussed the different kinds of nutritions that will be held in different organisms. So that is nothing but autotrophs and heterotrophs and the difference between the autotrophs and heterotrophs. These are the concepts that we have discussed in a previous class. I hope you understand these are all the concepts. Yes, in this session also we are going to discuss more information regarding the different kinds of nutritions and how the nutrition process that will be takes place in different organisms. In the lesson, life process. Yes, children, in the last class, we have discussed about the different types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Let us quick revise this concept. After the completion of this revision, we will be learned more information about the nutrition. See here, heterotrophic mode of nutrition means, already we know that the organism that they do not have the capacity to prepare their own food. This is what we call it as heterotrophs, and they will be directly or indirectly depend on other organisms for their food and nutrients. This we can say that is a heterotrophic mode of nutrition or heterotrophic organisms, the organisms. See here, in the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, we will be classified again three types, that is saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition and holozoic nutrition. So what do you mean by saprophytic nutrition? Here, the process of nutrition that will be takes place by the help of dead and decaying organisms. The process of nutrition that will be takes place by the help of dead and decaying organisms, that we can say that saprophytic mode of nutrition. The best example for the saprophytic mode of nutrition is mushroom, bread mold, yeast and some other bacteria will becomes under saprophytic nutrition. Then parasite means, what do you mean by parasite nutrition? Here, the nutrition or the food that will be takes place by the help of host. By the help of host. For example, cuscuta, orchid, then lice, leech, roundworm, tapeworm, plasmodium. These are all will becomes under parasitic mode of nutrition only. Then the last one is holozoic nutrition. So which means these kind of organisms, they will be consume the food directly and digest that food within the body. This we can say that holozoic mode of nutrition. So best example for the holozoic mode of nutrition is amoeba, paramecium and including the human beings also will be undergoes the holozoic mode of nutrition. Right now students? Yes. Now we move on to the next topic, that is nutrition in plants. How the nutrition will be takes place in plants? How the plants will be get the food? Already we know that the plants prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Right now students? Then we know that the photosynthesis will be takes place in a plants. Because of the photosynthesis only, the plants has a capacity to prepare their own food. But one thing you should remember, how the photosynthesis will be takes place in a plant. How the photosynthesis will be takes place? Yes, listen children, here some of the chemical and biological process will be takes place in plants. So because of that chemical and biological process or metabolic process only, the plants will prepare their own food. So already we know that photosynthesis means it is a process by which plants prepare food by using carbon dioxide and water. Apart from this carbon dioxide and water, the plant requires sunlight. In the presence of the sunlight, the plants absorb the carbon dioxide and water and other minerals. It will be prepares their own food. See children, here the carbon dioxide and water and sunlight will be play a major role of food preparation in the plants. So the food is prepared is carbohydrates which is stored in the form of starch. Whatever the food that is prepared in the plants, that is in the form of starch. And what is the waste product that is released here? That is, we call it as oxygen gas. So in the photosynthesis, the waste product that is released in the plant, that is what we call it as oxygen gas. It is a waste product in the plants. Yes. So here, how the photosynthesis will be takes place? Here, some chemical process will be takes place here in the plants. So as we know that in the presence of carbon dioxide and water, the plants will be prepare their own food by the help of photosynthesis. So how the chemical process will be takes place here? It is a very important, children must be note down this chemical equation. So CO2 plus H2O. CO2 is nothing but carbon dioxide and H2O, that is nothing but water. In the presence of sunlight, it will be prepares its food, that is in the form of glucose, water and oxygen molecules. This oxygen is a gas that is excreted in the plant body. It is a waste product in the plant body at the time of photosynthesis. See here, before going to know the photosynthesis, how the photosynthesis will be takes place. See children, this photosynthesis process that will be takes place majorly in 3 steps. Which are those? Yes, here the first step is absorption of light energy by the help of chlorophyll. Whatever the light energy that is produced by the sunlight, that is absorbed in the plants by the help of chlorophyll. So what is the major role of chlorophyll now? Absorption of light energy. Then the next step of the photosynthesis is conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting up of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. Splitting of the water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. So whatever the water is there that has been classified are divided into hydrogen and oxygen. So after the reduction process, the third step will be involved here. That is what we call it as reduction of carbon dioxide by the hydrogen to form carbohydrates. So that carbohydrates only will be involved here in the process of whatever the plant is produced, the food that is in the form of carbohydrates or starch, that only we are consuming in our day-to-day life. So what are the 3 steps that will be involved in the process of photosynthesis? Absorption of sunlight by chlorophyll, conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting up of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. The third one is reduction of carbon dioxide by hydrogen to form carbohydrates. These are the steps that is involved in the phenomenon of photosynthesis. Hope you understand, students. Yes. So how this process will be takes place in sequentially, let us discuss now. Here in the picture that you are going to observe that energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll. Whatever the chlorophyll is in a kind of a pigment that helps to absorb the sunlight and convert the light energy into chemical energy. Then after that the roots will be play a major role in the absorption of water and other nutrients, and as well as the carbon dioxide that is absorbed by the leaf. In the leaf, have you heard the name stomata, dear students? What is the main role of stomata? Yes, the stomata will be helps to exchange of gases in the plants and as well as removal of excess water in the form of water vapors. Hope you understand. So this the process of photosynthesis will be takes place. After the conversion of light energy into chemical energy, the food is converted in the form of carbohydrates and as well as that excess a gas or that waste gas that is released in the plant, that is we call it as oxygen. That oxygen gas is released at the time of photosynthesis. Understand? So that glucose or whatever the starch that is prepared by the plant, that will be stored in the plant body and in the form of fruits or seeds. That is the excess food that is produced in the plant. Then the remaining whatever the after the excess whatever the plant body will be prepares their food, that will be utilized by the plant for growth and development, and excess food that is stored in the food or seeds. So like this the process of photosynthesis will be takes place. So what is the major role of the chlorophyll? Here already we know that the chlorophyll is nothing but it is a kind of a green pigment present in the leaves. So when we are going to observe the cross section of the leaf under the microscope, we can see the cells containing green dot like structures, that only we say that this is a chlorophyll. So in the picture that you can easily observe the green like pigments. So just wait, I am going to show now in the picture now. See here in the plant cell you are going to observe there is a green like pigments. That green like pigments only, that is what we call it as chlorophyll. So here also these are the some of the cells. In that cells we will be identify the chlorophyll. So this chlorophyll will be actively involved in the process of absorption of light energy and helps to conversion of light energy into chemical energy. This is about the brief information about the chlorophyll. So which means the chlorophyll is in a green pigment present in the leaves. If we observe the cross section of a leaf, which means whatever we are going to observe the cross section of the leaf by the help of the microscope, we can easily identify the green patches like a structure. So that patches what we call it as chlorophyll. So this chlorophyll only responsible for the process of absorption of light energy, and that light energy will be converted into chemical energy. So this process only we call it as, it is a major process of photosynthesis. So the next one is, so have you observing here in one more picture. So here also whatever the greeny pigments that you are going to observe here, dark greeny substances. So this dark greeny substances, what we can say that is only we can say the chlorophyll pigments that is present in the plants. This will be very helpful for the process of absorption of light energy. So that is also one kind of an individual picture of the plant cell. Here also you will be observed the different kinds of chlorophylls and the dot structures. These dots whatever I am marking here. So this marking what we call it as, it is a chlorophyll substance, that is a chloroplast substance that will be very helpful for absorption of light energy. So already in the previous class you are discussed about the structure and function of chloroplast. So structure entirely that body has been covered by two membranes, that is outer membrane and inner membrane. These two are the outer membrane and inner membrane will be play a major role of the conversion or covering of the chlorophyll. So in after the inner membrane, that is inner membrane is followed by the there is a network like structures, that is we call it as grana and stroma and thylakoids. So this grana, stroma and thylakoids will play a major role of absorption of light energy and convert the light energy into chemical energy. And the one more thing, how the exchange of gases that will be takes place in the plants. How the exchange of gases will be takes place here. Just observe it. The exchange of gases that will be takes place in a plant by the help of stomata. So what is the main role of the stomata? Yes, here the stomata will be play a major role in the exchange of gases and exchange of waste products from the whatever the removal of the waste products from the plant body. So, in the next class, we are going to discuss about more information regarding the functioning of stomata. In that functioning of stomata, how the this exchange of gases or the exchange of materials that will be takes place, and what are the steps that is involved, what are the parts that is involved in the stomata. These are all the concepts that we are going to discuss in the next class. I hope you understand this video clearly. If you have any doubts, please drop a WhatsApp message or contact me anytime. Must be complete the given homework and send through WhatsApp without fail. Please stay home, stay healthy and be safe, my dear students.